You know what I hear all the time from people who are selling a home during a big life change? Almost right away, they say something like, "We need to make a decision quickly." And usually, when they say it, I can hear the stress underneath it. So I pause for a second and I tell them something that almost always surprises them. Most of the time, you actually don't. And I know that's hard to believe when everything around you feels urgent, with emotions really high, when people are asking questions, and when it feels like there's pressure coming from every direction. But whether you're downsizing after living in a home for decades or you're dealing with an inherited house, there's often a lot more flexibility than people realize. Today, I want to talk through why that pressure shows up, where it usually comes from, and also because I think honesty matters. The situations where timing really does matter, so you're not guessing or being misled. If you've inherited a home and you're still trying to understand what the process even looks like, I walk through that step by step in another video. But this one is about what happens emotionally once that pressure sets in and why slowing down can protect you financially and emotionally. I work almost exclusively with seniors and families who are going through situations like this. And after seeing this again and again, I can tell you something very clearly. The biggest mistakes don't come from bad intentions or from people being careless. They come from people feeling rushed. When emotions are high, clarity matters even more. And rushing is usually the thing that takes clarity away. Let me slow this down and explain what that actually looks like in real life. I've worked with seniors who were downsizing after living in the same home for 30 or 40 years, and they weren't opposed to selling or unaware that a move was coming, but the pressure started coming from everywhere. Family members were saying, "You should list right away." Friends were saying, "Don't wait, the market could change." Articles online were talking about timing and rates and trends, and suddenly, instead of feeling supported, they felt panicked. They started questioning every decision, feeling like if they didn't act immediately, they were doing something wrong. Even though when we actually looked at their situation calmly, there was no deadline, no emergency, and no reason they couldn't take a little time to understand their options. And once that pressure was removed, they didn't stop moving forward. They just moved it forward with clarity instead of fear. I see the same thing with inherited homes, where an adult child loses a parent, and before they even had a time to process the loss, they're being asked what they're going to do with the house. Siblings often have opinions. Extended family has opinions. Someone is worried about taxes. Someone else is worried about upkeep. And before everyone has taken a breath, the house starts to feel like a problem that needs to be solved immediately. But most of the time, that urgency isn't actually coming from the situation itself. It's coming from outside voices. And this is something most people don't realize. That sense of urgency, more often than not, doesn't come from facts, it comes from fear. It comes from family members who mean well but want resolution, friends sharing stressful stories that don't apply to your situation, headlines designed to grab attention rather than provide context, or professionals pushing timelines that work better for them than for you. A lot of urgency comes from outside, not from reality. Most people aren't being pushed by real legal or financial deadlines. They're being pushed by emotion and noise. And when you don't realize where that pressure is coming from, it's easy to assume it must be valid. Now, let's talk about what rushing actually costs people, because this is where things get real. When people feel like they have to move fast, certain patterns show up again and again. They price a home lower than they should just to be done. They accept the first offer because it feels like relief, or they skip conversations and explanations because they don't have the energy to absorb more information. And they stop asking questions, not because they don't care, but because they're overwhelmed. I've seen people leave a significant amount of money on the table, not because the market was bad or because they made reckless choices, but because they were just exhausted and just wanted it over. And honestly, that's understandable. And there's nothing wrong with feeling that way. But that's exactly why slowing things down, even just a little bit, can completely change the outcome. Now, I do want to be clear, because I don't believe in pretending timing never matters. There are situations where it does. Sometimes there are carrying costs that add up. Sometimes estate related timelines exist. Sometimes the condition of the property creates pressure, and sometimes coordinating between family members makes waiting harder. Those situations are real. But even then, moving thoughtfully is very different from rushing because urgency and clarity are not the same thing. You can move forward without panicking, and you can take action without pressure driving the decision. When people hear take your time, they sometimes think that means doing nothing, but that's not what it means. That's not what I'm trying to say. Taking your time looks like gathering information, understanding your options, asking questions, and letting your emotions settle just enough to think clearly so you know what actually needs to happen now and what can wait for later on. It's about making decisions from a steady pace instead of a reactive one. And that's where better outcomes come from. Here's something really important to pay attention to. If you ever feel like someone is rushing you, listen closely to the language they're using. If you're hearing things like, this offer won't last, the market is about to crash, or everyone else is doing this, that's pressure. A good professional gives you information. They don't take away your time, and you should leave conversations feeling clearer, not more anxious, and more confident, not more stressed. And if the process feels confusing, that's not your fault. You deserve to understand what's happening, what comes first, what comes next, and what actually matters. If you're in the middle of this right now, I want you to understand this clearly. You're allowed to slow down, and you're allowed to ask questions, and you're allowed to make decisions when they feel right, not when someone else tells you they should. Selling a home during a life change is a big decision. It's not just financial, it's emotional, and it deserves thought, care, and understanding, not urgency. If you're in the middle of this right now and you'd like to talk things through with someone, you can schedule a call using the link in the description. And the call can be with me or someone on my team. It's simply a conversation, a chance to ask questions, get clarity, and figure out what makes sense for your situation. And if this video was helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you'd like it, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear this right now.